Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. I see Kenny Blair, Chris, Gerardo, Raider, Junkie, KB, I Am Punchy, my dog Berserk is in the building. Joe Nation, man, salute. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to all you guys in the chat, man. You guys can be anywhere in the world, but you are here with me on this beautiful, beautiful morning. For those who are not on social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff, the leaks are piling up now. We're starting to see a lot of these games, surfacing on the net at this point. I believe we have about 5 or 6 leaks already. We are doing a show in its totality tonight, you guys. We'll be live for about 2 or 3 hours, breaking down each game and giving our predictions on where we do believe we will end up record-wise by the end of the season. But here we're going to talk about these few leaks that I've seen already all over Twitter right now. And I'm excited, man. I think a few of these fall into our favor, a few maybe not. But it is what it is, man. We are here. Blessed to have you guys in the building, as we always do, man. Let me know, where are you guys watching from? City, state? Are you at home? Are you at work? Are you at your wife's crib? Are you at your girlfriend's crib? Are you at your side chick's crib? Let me know where y'all are at right now. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Power Raider, what up, my guy? My God, Pastor Raider, man. It's good to see my brother here in the building, man. Definitely. Marcel, OG Faye, Freight Train. All the guys are here in the building, man. Salute. We see Antioch, Denver, the 559. MC Raider says Pico Rivera, California. Auburn, Washington. Let's go. My dogs are at work. Kenny Mack, Raider. Come on, man. I love it. I love it. We got Brooklyn in the building, man, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, man. Shout out to everybody here, man. Ant says, I will be there tonight. Already turned on the bill on Hammer's channel. I'm in the car on the way to school. Salute to my dog, man. Make sure you guys also wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. We're trying to get to 20K. We're probably around 1,500 off. We still got a nice little amount of work to put in before we get there. But if you guys can help out, hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps out the channel, man. Salute. Raiders God, my dog. I will be in SAC next week, my brother. Definitely going to keep you in the loop of what we got going on out there, man. I see Mob Town, Raider by Nature. What up, Graphk, man? Salute to everybody here, man. Almost 4 minutes in, almost 200 already in the building. Let's get to talking about this, you guys. The first game that was revealed this morning, as crazy as it is, we're starting to see a lot of primetime games, you guys. I'm already seeing three primetime games. 2 of them having, there's something there with 2 of them. Let's just say that. Week 16, we are at the Chiefs. We are at Arrowhead. Christmas Day. It's a Monday, technically Monday Night Football game. It's at 1 p.m. This is dope. We get to see the world champs, our division rivals, on Christmas Day. I know a lot of people, man. I'm seeing people on Twitter and Instagram already kind of throwing in the towel before a snap, before a down has even took place. Look, you guys, I've seen bad teams come back next year and dominate. I've seen really, really good teams, Super Bowl caliber teams come out and shit the bed. I'm not ready to throw in the towel yet. Christmas Day against the Chiefs, I'm not one of those guys that say, oh my God, my Christmas is ruined because we're going to get annihilated. No, no, no. This is a different team, a whole set of rookies, UDFAs, free agents that have come inside this headquarters to help this team propel to the next level. I'm not throwing in the towel at all. I am excited about this game. Prime time against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm very, very excited about that. My bad, y'all. I actually had the YouTube up on the back. But week 16 at the Chiefs, Christmas, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific. I am hyped about this game. Another game that was also leaked, week 3 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. We get our revenge game, you guys. You know, we lost in pretty much the coldest NFL game ever last season. We all know about the infamous DC pick, try to get to Hunter Renfrow at the end of the game. Pretty much took us out that game. We lost. Up until last year, it feels like, though, we've owned the Pittsburgh Steelers for real, for real. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to get them at our place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, week 3. Robert Spillane, kind of a homecoming for him. We went and picked him up in free agency. The linebacker is facing, you know, his former team. I'm excited to see what we look like against the Pittsburgh Steelers week 3. Shout out to John Corrigan. We smashed the Chiefs this year. They won their Super Bowl, didn't we? Come on, fans. Let's get behind our boys. Notice the new thumbnail. Phenomenal. Phenomenal work, John. Phenomenal, King. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Shout out to my dog, John. Yeah, man, we need more optimism, man. I get it, man. We've all been frustrated with this team for years, man. But at the end of the day, man, when you project positive energy into the world, it definitely comes back tenfold, man. So I'm trying to inject as much positivity into Raider Nation as possible, man, because we need it, man. We've been struggling for years. You know, we all know about the amount of playoff appearances we've had in the past 30 plus years. It's very frustrating, man, but we have to inject some type of optimism into the fan base, man. And I'm definitely excited about this season. So week 3, Steelers. Week 5, you guys, we have a Monday night football game, another primetime game where our star wide receiver Devontae Adams gets to face his former team, the Green Bay Packers. Week 5, we will be at our place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on Monday Night Football, primetime football, facing the now Jordan Love-led Green Bay Packers. I'm excited about that game, man. I know Devontae wants some get back, you know what I mean, from his former team. I know it's all love there. And then, you know, we have the Seawood connection. I know the Woodson whiskey is going to be flowing in Las Vegas that week because there's going to be a lot of, you know, Green Bay Packer fans travel really well. So it's going to be a really, really dope game to see out there in week 5. I know I will be out there, you guys. If y'all are in the area, make sure you pull up and come rock with us at the blackout party. Shout out to my family, man. Quadre, I appreciate you on the Dub P special family so much, man. Thank you so much for the, you know, the super brother. For real, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button, man. Also, a few other games. Week 8, we get to face a team, man, that is on the way up. You know, they had a pretty good draft. I thought they reached a little bit in the first round, but they got 2 potential starters. I think 2 starters from day one, actually. You know, with Gibbs and you know, their linebacker, man, that they got in the first round. You know, I don't want to say his name because I actually wanted this guy in round 2, but we all know who it is. We are facing the newly revamped Detroit Lions in Detroit, week 8. I think that's going to be, a lot of people may disagree with me, but I think this is going to be a game where it's going to be a high scoring game. I think the offenses are going to go off. Both offenses. I mean, Detroit was balling last year on the offensive side of the ball. They just couldn't stop shit, you know, and they went and cleaned that defense up with, you know, Cam Sutton and, you know, Emmanuel Mosley. And, you know, they went and got a bunch of guys, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, Detroit revamped that defense. That O was already still there and ready to go. They went and got, I believe, David Montgomery to pair with Gibbs. They're going to have a phenomenal offense. I'm excited to see Jimmy G. Hopefully he's still there at that time. God, please, God. But I'm excited to see what him and Jared Goff will look like in that face-off at Detroit. Week 8. Week 9, you guys. We are at home once again against a guy that we just traded this offseason. A guy that we rooted heavily for, that we thought, was going to be this top 3 tight end, you know what I'm saying? And dealt with durability issues. You know what I mean? We seen him through his journey of getting sober and, you know what I mean, just overcoming all the obstacles that he faced during his college days and early on in the NFL when he played for the Baltimore Ravens. Week 9 at our place, Michael Mayer versus former Raider Darren Waller. I'm hyped about that game. I got a bunch of people that I love that are fans of the New York Giants that are from that area, man. So this is going to be shit talk weekend. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If Darren Waller's out there, he's had durability issues. If he's out there, I know he's going to want to have a hell of a game with him, Daniel Jones, and Wan'Dale Robinson, and all those weapons that they have over there with the Giants. They definitely revamped that offense as well. Saquon Barkley on a franchise tag is still up in the air if he's going to show up or if they're going to get an extension done. But that defense looks crazy. Patrick Graham gets to face his former team. I am excited also for this game, you guys. Week 9 at our place against the Giants. Week 14, another home game, you guys, against another team that definitely didn't play up to their standards last season. Their offense looked really good. The defense definitely shit the bed. We went out and got one of their free agents in this free agency period, in the offseason. Went and got Duke Shelley from him, a guy that really performed for them well in the latter part of their season. We have the Minnesota Vikings once again at our place, week 14. So Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, those guys are coming into town, and we have those guys as well. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's all we have thus far, you guys, so far. Steelers week 3, week 5, Packers Monday Night Football, week 8 at the Lions, Monday Night Football, week 9 versus the Giants. So we will be in LV. Week 14 versus the Vikings, week 16, Christmas Day at the Chiefs. So thus far, we have 3 technically Monday Night Football games with the Chiefs, Packers, and Lions. So look, y'all, I'm gonna be real. To have that many primetime games already, I'm excited. I mean, shout to Scout, because he definitely reminded me this. They can't take any of those games from us. You know what I mean? So if we're losing, right? Let's just, God forbid, we're a losing team at this point. It doesn't matter. They can't move those games. They're Monday Night Football games, because all the other games are going to be technically already done, through Sunday. They're not going to be able to move around any of those games. So all those Monday Night Football games are set in stone. We will be playing the Chiefs, the Lions, and Green Bay all in prime time. I love it. I love it. I love it. That Lions game, I'm really excited to watch, because I do believe that is a team on the rise, and I do believe that we are a team on the rise as well, even though a lot of us don't feel that way. I'm definitely hyped. Shout out to Power Raider, bro. Let's all take over Miami. Me and the wife are definitely going out there for that game, Power Raider. I believe my brother Waste is going to be out there as well with his. So if you are out there, brother, we definitely got to link up, get a cigar, have a drink, and kick flavor, man. Shout out to my dog, Power Raider. Shout out to my boy, Ghost Sniper. What up, Docs? My guy, just wanted to give you a gym update. Yesterday was weight day. Killed another 5 pounds. Still got work to do. That's for sure. Shout out to my dog, man, Ghost Sniper. Keep up the great work, King. And like I said, as always, keep me informed on your journey, my brother. Thank you so much for giving me an update. And congratulations on smoking another 5 pounds, my brother. That is what's up, man. That is what's up. Shout out to John again. Damn, we stacked on primetime games. Wonder what the NFL thinks will be this year. They know something. Hey, the script is in, man. The script is in, John. I'm telling you, the script is in, man. And you're going to know how I feel about this schedule, like I said, predictions-wise, later on tonight. We will be live for about 2 or 3 hours later on. Planet Raiders, Shield Moore, we'll all be together. Me, Big Mike, Wasted, Andy, Hammer. And we may even have a couple guests come on and kick the shit with us as well. So stay tuned for my record predictions tonight, you guys. Shout out to my people, man. James Moore in the building. EJ's in the building. Robert Hicks is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Shout out to Black Sunday. I'm just waiting to find out when the Raiders are playing in Chicago. I have a bunch of cousins in Chicago who are Bears fans, and they've been telling me to go with them for months. Yeah, that's definitely a game that I'm keeping earmarked as well, Black Sunday, because I love Chicago. I went out there a few years ago for work. We had a Christmas party out there, and I loved that city, man. So, and their fans are real. They're hard-nosed like we are. I'm definitely keeping Chicago earmarked. That's definitely a game that I want to look at. And I'm hoping it's a cold weather game so we can go out there and really get Chicago, you know what I mean, in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? Like the real Chicago, that cold weather, you know what I mean, that old school Raiders, Bears kind of run heavy game. I would love to be there to see that because we all know Chicago's going to run the ball heavy. They have a quarterback that's young, that has some receiving options now, but the guy he ran for over 1,000 yards last year. So it's going to be a fun game. I'm hoping that game falls sometime in the winter. Yeah, definitely. Chicago, too. It's a great sports culture, great sports city. This is facts. Shout out to my dog, Hayward Raider. What's good, Unc? Any free agents still out there the Raiders should bring in? At this point, I've kind of beaten this over the head, Hayward, but you my dog, so I'll kind of give you an update. At this point, I'm looking at Kyle Van Noy. I think that's a clear-cut need at linebacker, a guy that played for the Patriots, has ties to this regime. Go get him immediately. Kyle Van Noy. This late in free agency, he'll probably be a cheap option, a guy that's gotten it done at the NFL level for years. He's 32 years old. I get that, but he would definitely help these young linebackers get it together at the next level. So Kyle Van Noy and maybe, just maybe, a John Johnson at safety, or maybe even a Marcus Peters if the price is right at corner. Let me see. The games we lost weren't blowouts. Yeah, outside of that Saints game and that Chiefs game last week, yeah, every game was pretty much close, and we were definitely competitive all the way through. Yeah, man, I love it, bro. I love it, James. We get to enjoy Christmas with our family and watch our Raiders play football. Like, that's so dope because a few years back when we played Dallas on Thanksgiving, I enjoyed that so much, being able to sit back with my family, with my kids, and watch a primetime game on a big holiday like that. I am very, very hyped to watch that game Christmas Day. Shout out to my dog. I see you, Raider Paul. What's good, King? Stay solid. What up, Docs? I want that Chi-Town game too because that's my family team, but I don't want that cold. Shout out to my dog. Shout out to Brandon. Van Noy needs to be in a Raider jersey. He can help this defense tremendously. This is factory outlet, my brother. Oscar says, I'm from Chicago. If you come to this game, let me know. I'll meet you there, Doc. Salute. My brother, definitely. Shout out to my brother, John, once again. Been watching our draft pick footage. We got a ton of dogs and ball hawks. I'm so pumped for this year. Jimmy G also knows this is his last chance to start for a team. He's going to ball. Raider Nation for life. If we keep him upright in that pocket, you know what I mean, and we keep him healthy, I think that Jimmy G will definitely have a big year for us this year. I'm not expecting him to take the league by storm and be an MVP candidate or nothing to that effect, but I'm definitely expecting good things from Jimmy G if we can keep him upright and keep him healthy, man. Shout out to my dog, John. Mello, best Xmas gift ever. Raiders versus the Queefs. Factory outlet. Shout out to my brother Thor in the building as well, man. I definitely believe we can bring back Harmon as well. That's definitely another option. But John Johnson is younger. I think he's like 27 years old, somewhere around there, 27, 28. I would definitely look at John Johnson before Harmon, but Harmon is a leader and already knows this system, so it would be great to bring him in and have the closer help these young guys like Marcus Epps and Merrick with another year and, you know, Palomau, all these guys. Christopher Smith as well, you know, our new draft pick out of Georgia. The Steelers game, Paul, once again, is, I don't really have a specific date. I mean, time, but it is, let me see. Week three, and it's at home. So it'll probably be an earlier game or, I'm sorry, a later game. Okay, so shout out to Scout as well, you guys, for those who have not seen what he just tweeted out. The Raiders will open the season on the road. Week 2 will be the home opener. Back-to-back home games with the Steelers coming to town week 3. So it looks as though we're going to start this season on the road. I'm hoping that it's a divisional game. It might be the Chargers because it's so close. You know what I mean? We may be in LA week 1 again. But I'm hoping that we have Denver week 1. I want to go to Denver, and I want to beat the shit out of them in Denver. You know what I mean? I think we beat them the last 6 or 7 games. I know that they want that smoke back. You know what I mean? They got Sean Payton and they revamped a bunch of, they revamped that roster. I'm excited. I want to play the Broncos week 1, like in Mile High Stadium. I want to go play them in Denver. But if we're starting on the road, I'm assuming we're probably going to play in LA against the Chargers. And if so, I should be in town for that as well. Shout out to my dog, Old School. One thing worries about me about our home schedule is that 8 of the 9 teams we play have great fan bases that travel well. Well, we're going to have a lot of games where the crowd would be only 50% Raider fans. Let me say this, Old School. If history repeats itself, it doesn't really matter if these guys have really good fan bases. Because I didn't know that many Baltimore Ravens fans. Shout out to my guy Raven Riley in the chat. I didn't know that many Ravens fans existed. When we played the Ravens a few years ago, they had a slew of them. The Arizona Cardinals last year, week 2, they were deep in our stadium. So at this point, I'm gonna be real. I just think because of Vegas and the strip is highlighted and all that good shit. There's so much to do out there. It doesn't matter who we play. I think that every fan base is going to come out deep because they want to be in Vegas. It's a great place to play, gambling and all that good shit. So I'm assuming that it doesn't really matter who we play, that other fan bases are going to come out tenfold. But yeah, I agree with you. Minnesota has a great fan base. Green Bay has a great fan base. The Giants have a great fan base. Pittsburgh has a great fan base. You're right. We're definitely playing a bunch of teams that fan bases is pretty deep. So, but I'm not too worried about it, man. I've already seen this. Being at Allegiant Stadium a million times already, I wouldn't be shocked to see any other team be 50-50 at this point because I've seen it from fan bases that I didn't even know existed. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Let me see. Shout out to my dog, Old School. Yeah, Andy, surprised we got – look, I'm not trying to tell you, man. I guess I'm one of the only people optimistic about this season. Look, man, the league knows something, Andy, that we don't know. Coffee and Convo, y'all. Salute. Let me see. Shout out to Angel. Devontae Adams, revenge game against the Packers. You know what, Angel? I'm not even going to call it really a revenge game. You know what I'm saying? He asked to be traded to the Raiders, his hometown. I mean, his hometown team, the team he grew up loving. I don't think this is a revenge game. I think that he's actually excited to face his former team. I think he still has a crazy amount of love and respect for that franchise and that city. But it was time for him to play for his childhood team. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's really a revenge game per se, but I understand what you're saying, though. I know he is hyped about playing against his former team. And look, I would not be shocked if Devontae goes out there and puts up a 200-piece special on Green Bay and adds 2 or 3 touchdowns, man. I'm going to be real with you. You know what I mean? But I'm excited about it. But it's not the same Green Bay team, Angel. You know what I mean? It really ain't. It's not the same team. Jordan Love is there, man in the cornerback position now. Aaron Rodgers is gone. That whole era is gone now. You know what I mean? They have a bunch of young guys and Christian Watson and, you know what I mean? They still have Adam Jones and all that good stuff, but they're an entirely different team. You know what I mean? So that's a game that I'm highlighting as a W. On paper, that's a game that we should win, period. Like if we lose that game, we're in trouble. We're at home, you know what I mean? And we're playing a young team that's kind of revamping what they got going on. If we lose to Green Bay, I'm going to tell y'all right now, we are definitely in trouble. Definitely. I peeped it last year with the Eagles. Didn't know they had all those primetime games. Hey, there you go, Quadre. All these rookies touchdown in Vegas this morning. Yep. Talk that talk, my brother. Talk that talk. Let me see. Green Bay has a solid defense. Hey, and we have an even better offense. Just another DJ. So I don't think that should be a problem at all. I'm expecting really big things from this this season with all those new weapons at our disposal, at the wide receiver position. You know what I mean? I'm expecting Josh to have another big year. Michael Mayer at tight end with Hooper. And I mean, come on, man. This O can definitely outperform that Green Bay's defense. You know what I mean? But there's some guys over there that I know are going to want to get back at the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Our former head coach, special teams guy now in Green Bay, Keyshawn Nixon. You know what I mean? I know he's going to want to run back a kick or two against us because, you know, we kind of just kicked him to the curb and let him go, you know what I mean, as he plead, you know. So, look, I'm just saying this, man. I think that game should be a W. I'm expecting a win. And if we lose that game, I'm going to be very, very nervous moving forward. Let me see. Tony, there you go. That's the revenge game because we lost, you know, in heartbreaking fashion at Arrowhead last year. And then the Devontae Adams in a tunnel situation where, you know, he was trying to get sued by the guy that jumped in front of him in front of the tunnel. I think, if anything, that's definitely the revenge game. And Devontae grew up a Raider, so he hates the Chiefs. So, you know, revenge game all across the board. Let me see. L Rocket, man, I'm not, I don't want to put that kind of juju on that, man, but I definitely agree with you. But I'm hoping that we see them at full strength and Darren Waller's out there. And I hope that these young linebackers can keep them in check because I know for sure he's going to want to come out there with his wife, probably in attendance, watching that game because they still live locally. He's going to want to kill us. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping they're at full strength. I'm hoping that we see Darren Waller. I want to cook those boys. Let me see. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Wayne, we driving those buses around air. Look, man, moving forward, I think it's a little different. You know what I mean? That's the John Gruden regime. You know, Gruel was a Raiders coach way before, you know, he was there, you know, years ago. He has a grown hatred for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that Josh McDaniels is a different type of coach. I think he's more of a humble guy that doesn't want his team going out there and doing all that wild ass shit. I think our days of driving buses around Arrowhead or any other stadium after a win is completely over with. You know what I mean? Like, this regime is completely different. They move a lot more militant. I don't think that they would want to put themselves out there to potentially get embarrassed the next time we face that team because of some shit like that. But that ring around the rosy shit, Wayne, we got to get some get back from them because we went to the middle of their field, got embarrassed. We circled around Arrowhead, got embarrassed, and they hit us with the ring around the rosy. We got to get back. We got to get them back. We have to get them back. I'm sorry. We have to at least beat them once this year. Definitely, King. And what did we do last year? Went out there and beat those guys twice. Facts. Factory Outlet. Real quick, man, I want to shout out my guy Rick, man, in the building. Salute to my dog Rick. He went and bought one of the OLV 3 Cribs t-shirts from OakLosVegas.com. Salute, my brother. Your order is on the way. I appreciate you for all the support, my brother. For real. Shout out to my dog Rick, man. Brave Raider. Your t-shirt is on the way from OakLosVegas.com. Let me see. They were playing with their food at that point. Talk that shit, Chris. Oh, shit. I think we sweep the Chiefs this year. That's a lot to ask for, brother, because it's difficult to beat them once, let alone twice. You know, that is tough. You know, I'm going to be real. I'm very optimistic about this team, but I don't know if I'm that optimistic. You know what I mean? But, hey, any given Sunday, any given Monday, we shall see. Anything can happen. I like that, Cam. The last Raiders game is at home, February 11th. For those who know, Super Bowl is held in Las Vegas this year. I love the optimism. Shout out to my dog, Cam. Let me see. McDaniel's probably going to leave a sticky note, Andy Reid's fridge, saying good game at most with his soft ass. Crazy. That would be insane, though. That would be insane, man, to see if Jimmy G came in and beat the Chiefs twice this year. Man, and really break that whole stigma, you know what I mean? Just get rid of that whole spell that the Kansas City Chiefs have over us. That would be insane. Do I think it happens? No. Can it happen? Yes. But Beavers, yeah. And that's going to be a game right now where we're going to need all these edge rushers to show up and show out. We're going to need Chandler Jones to have one of those big Tennessee Titans week 1 kind of games when he was with Arizona. We're going to need Max Crosby to have one of those Cincinnati Bengals 4 or 5 sacks type games. You know what I mean? We're going to need Tyree Wilson to come out and show the league why he was so highly regarded out of Texas Tech and why he went at 7, why he was thought of as being a top 5 talent in this draft. You know what I mean? And we're going to need those defensive tackles, man, to get it done at the next level. I'm looking at Matthew Butler, Neil Farrell. I'm looking at, Byron Young, the young guy to Alabama this year. We got to have that D-line ready to go against that O-line. Definitely, though, Beavers. I hear you, brother. Let me see. Zach, I'm definitely going to talk about that tonight. Definitely. I don't want to give away, my my predictions just yet when we have a show to do tonight. Stay tuned, my brother. Stay tuned. Let me see. Shout out to M85. That is beautiful, brother. 2 years, 6 months sober tomorrow. Salute. Keep it up, King. Keep it up, man. Salute to you, bro. For real. Shout out to my dog. Let me see. Coffee and Convo, baby. You already know. Fredo said, we have never swept the Chiefs since I've been a Raider fan. Yeah, it's been many moons. Nah, Razor, look, I'll bring it up real quick. Real fast. I'll mention the games once again. I'll mention them a few more times while we're here on the show. But week 3 at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Robert Spillane gets some get back against his former team. Week 5 versus the Packers. Monday Night Football. Devontae Adams gets to face his former team week 5. Week 8 at the Lions. So Monday Night Football in Detroit week 8. Week 9 versus the Giants. Darren Waller revenge game. Hoping that we can keep him intact. You know what I mean? Week 14 versus the Vikings. So we got Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and those guys. Potentially Dalvin Cook, even though I think he's not going to be there post-June. But we have them week 14. And then Christmas Day, week 16, we're at Arrowhead to play the Super Bowl champions, Kansas City Chiefs. Let me see. Are we going to beat the Chiefs? Zach, tune in tonight, man. Tune in tonight. Bro, my Wi-Fi is on 10 right now. I don't know. Maybe it's yours. Let me see. Beavers, from what I've seen, what Scout just tweeted out was that we're starting our season on the road. The Raiders will open the season on the road. Week 2 will be the home opener. Back-to-back home games with the Steelers coming to town week 3. So we have 2 home games, week 2, week 3, back-to-back, and we start on the road. And I'm assuming it's going to be a division rival. So we'll probably be in L.A. or we may even be in Denver. So I'm looking at one of those 2 games. They're pretty close in distance. You know what I mean? Colorado's not too far, from Nevada, and then LA is right next door. So I'm assuming week 1 is going to be against a divisional rival. Crazy. There are tickets already on StubHub. Oh yeah. They're going to be out there early, man. Zach, tune in, bro. Tune in, bro. Damn, 187 said, bro, primetime games mean I got to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the game. Oof. 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 I don't know why people calling me right now. Preseason ain't too far away now. Facts, Wayne. Shout out to Nada. The game you can't wait to see. Always grinding. That's a good question, man. That is definitely a good question. Nada, the game I want to see the most is probably that Christmas game. I want to see how this new team, faces that type of adversity in that crazy weather, because it's going to be cold. It's Christmas Day in Kansas City. It's going to be a freezing cold game. We've had in our previous years, the recent history, we've had struggles there. Our this is no shade to DC4, but he struggled in cold games. So I'm excited to see what Jimmy G can do week 16. And if he's not out there, Aiden O'Connell playing in Indiana at Purdue, he's played in a lot of cold weather games. So if he is out there at that point, I'm not saying I'm excited to see him out there that early, but if he is, he's played in cold weather games. But probably the Christmas game. I want to see how we face that kind of adversity, on Christmas Day with all the eyes on this, with all that primetime juice around us. I want to see how we perform week 16. But I'm going to be real with you, man. Every game is the game this year, man. You know what I mean? You have to go out there and win as many as you can. You got to pile up some wins. We can't do what we did last year and just compete and have so many close games. We got to find a way to get over that hump and win those close games. And I think this year there's still going to be a lot of close games, you guys. I think it is. But we just have to find that way to get over that hurdle to win those. But I'm also excited about, that Giants game. I want to see how we fare against, that team coming off of that playoff high, and now with Darren Waller and all those new guys that they have over there, the Jalen Hyatt of the world, and like I said, Wan'Dale Robinson and all those guys. I want to see that game as well. Let me see. Beavers, I like that because that's what sets the tone, right? You want to see what this team looks like week 1, so we know what we're looking like moving forward. We want to see that energy already through the roof. We want to be able to build some momentum going into Las Vegas after week 1. We have 2 home games. Think about that. If you could perform well on the road, week 1 and go out and beat whether it's Denver or the Chargers or whoever it is, you have 2 home games back to back where you can potentially pile up more wins. Think about this. You could potentially be 3-0. You could potentially be 3-0. Do I think we could beat Denver? Yes. Do I think we can beat the Chargers? Yes. I think that's going to be week 1, one of those teams. Do I think we can beat Pittsburgh week 2? Yes. And then we're at home against whoever we are. Pittsburgh week 3. We can beat them. I don't know who we face yet week 2, but it's a home game. Appreciate you, Nada. Shout out to my dog, Rick. Best part of the Raiders on Sunday is spanking the teams and seeing the faces of the haters cry. Talk that shit, my brother. This schedule is a bit, hold on. That's why I want smoke week 1, Bills, Jets, Chiefs, Chargers, any of them. I feel like the Bills, they're on the road, right? We have them on the road, Wayne. So we're going to be probably in a cold weather, snowstorm type of game with the Bills. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Do you want to start off? Well, I mean, if we're facing them in September, it won't be bad. But do you want to face a team like the Buffalo Bills week 1 and then have to travel all the way back home to face another team week 2? Like, that's tough, man, to go out there and face the Jets or the Bills. Or don't we have the Jets at home too, right? We have the Jets at home. But the Bills, that's tough. I don't want to have to travel all the way to the East Coast and then come back for the next 2 games. I'm hoping and praying to God that doesn't happen. Like, for real. Like, I want this team to be well rested. I'm hoping that one of those teams are West Coast team. Like I said, Denver Chargers. Rick says probably the Jets week 2. I would love it. Bring that shit on. Bring it on, man. Bring it on. Shout out to Ghost Sniper. My prediction for this season is point blank. We win the division. I like our offseason. I think we get to a great start to this season. Love the optimism, my brother. I'm not going to go as far as saying we're going to win our division, but I definitely think that we can make some noise this year. Definitely. I mean, we still have, the Super Bowl champs in our division. That's a tough obstacle to overcome. You know what I'm saying? And then, the Chargers on paper, they're paper champs every year. They may at some point finally reach their full potential. And then I think Denver is going to be a lot better than 5-12 this year. Let me see. I'm actually happy, Zach, that we have no games outside of the country this year. That bodes well for me. I love it. Look, all those miles you have to travel, that shit beats you up mentally, physically, and all that. Different time, time zones and all that. I'm actually really happy that we're not playing in Germany or London or any of those. Look, keep those games over there. Do I like that, our fan base that live in other countries get an opportunity to watch our team live? Definitely. I love it for them. But I'm just actually happy that, we don't have to do that this year because that is a tough hill to climb, man. Definitely. Raider 187, I do believe we do, bro. Yes. We do send out of country. Shout out to Raider Baby Maker, man. Salute to you as well, my brother. Have a blessed day, King. Oh, yeah, the Bills are playing the Jets week 1, Monday Night Football. There you go, Dan. So we won't be in Buffalo. You're right. I totally forgot that they dropped it. That's going to be a game. That's going to be a game, bro. That is going to be a game. I still got Buffalo winning that game, but that's going to be a game. Get more coffee, man. A Mexico game would have been cool. Yeah, no, definitely, Martin. But I'm just keep it out here, man. Keep it out here. This is a young team. You know what I mean? A lot of these rookies, UDFAs, a lot of these young free agents that we brought in haven't, put that kind of mileage on them, in terms of the NFL yet. I don't want to look. Keep us in the U.S. this year. We can't let nobody play in our stadium but us this year. Talk that shit, Frank. Doc, you doing the draft coverage next year in Vegas? Yes, every year. Moving forward, we will be in Vegas covering the draft. Let me see. Adams, Myers, Jimmy, Jacobs, they don't want the smoke. Talk that shit, King. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to see if there's any more updates at this point. Let me see. I'm going to go back to Twitter, see if there's any more noise being made. Okay, only 5 teams remain on who we face in week 1. Okay, so it could be Chicago, the Colts, Miami, the Chargers, or the Broncos at this point. So we either travel out east to face the Dolphins or Colts week 1, or travel to the Midwest to face the Bears, or it's going to be on the West Coast against the Broncos or the Chargers, which I do believe is going to be one of those two games, one of those two teams. Let me see. I'm not seeing anything else. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Let me see. Not seeing any more games. Yeah. Can't wait to go back out to SoFi again this year. Raiders. We're going to black that out again. Facts. That's home. That's a home game. That's a home game. That is definitely a home game. I wanted to have that blackout for Eduardo. I don't know how you have a blackout game without us not being in it. That to me, that's insane. It actually makes no sense at all that you can have a blackout game in the NFL and you don't put the Raiders in it. To me, that makes no sense at all. Shout out to James, man. According to CBS, we have the 10th hardest schedule this season. We have been in the top 10 the last 3 seasons. We're the Raiders, man. Nothing comes easy, James. You know this. Any of us that's been diehard fans forever and even new fans, nothing comes easy for the Raiders at all. Nothing. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I would actually be in shock if we had one of the easiest schedules in the league. But I'm going to say this real quick, James. There's no easy games in the NFL. There's none. That's why, I said before, like when I seen somebody getting so mad and upset about, oh, we're going to lose this game and Christmas is going to be canceled, already before we even face these guys. Like we have to stop. It's any given Sunday, man. You know what I mean? Like any team can be beat. Any team can be beat. I don't know if y'all remember that year where the Chiefs were balling and we were like, what were we? Were like 0-10, 0-11 or some shit. And remember we faced them on Thursday Night Football, I believe. I remember because I was stuck in a snowstorm in Buffalo. That game where Latavius Murray ran for like that 90-yarder and Khalil Mack and who else was? I forgot who was it. Who was it? I forgot who it was, but Justin Tuck had to go grab them guys and bring them back because they sacked them and he was all dancing. They sacked Alex Smith. I forgot what year that was, but we were supposed to lose that game. We were in Oko. We beat them. Any given Sunday. C.O. Moore. Was it C.O. Moore? I think it was C.O. Moore. Was it C.O. Moore and Khalil Mack? I think it was C.O. Moore. Shout out to Patrick, man. What do you think our starting O-line will look like week 1? I'm assuming it's going to be Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle. I really believe it's going to be a battle between Muti and McClendon at right guard. I think McClendon Curtis wins that job, Pat. I do. I think and I love Muti's game. I love his game, but I think McClendon Curtis is going to be that guy at the next level. I think he wins right guard. Andre James still at center, Parham at left guard, and then Colton Miller on the left side at tackle. But I would not be shocked if post June we moved on from Andre James and saved that $6+ million and moved Parham to center, put Muti at left guard, Parham at center, McClendon at right guard, Muti at left guard, and then you still keep your tackles Colton Miller and Jermaine Illuminor. I don't know, man. It's going to be exciting to see what Carmen Brasillo decides on doing. But I do believe it's going to be the first one that I said. Illuminor, Muti, Andre James, Parham, Colton Miller. I think that's going to be our starting O-line. Shout out to my dog, Patrick B, on the dub piece. Shout out to my dog O as well. Ruggs got 5 to 10, 3 to 10, really. If it was us, it would have been life. Also, I feel like us passing on Carter was Mark Davis. Call if it was the man needs to stop. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it had anything to do with Mark Davis. It sounds as though this guy wasn't even on these guys' draft boards, that they weren't even thinking about Jalen Carter at 7 or even potentially, trading back, whatever. Like there was no Jalen Carter, no sight of him on their draft board. So I'm assuming that, it had nothing to do with Mark Davis. You know what I mean? I know he did not want that kind of, publicity, but, I don't think that Zeig and Josh McDaniels were that high on him anyways, brother. And I got to say this real quick, man. Prayers to Tina once again. She passed away, her dog. And once again, also prayers to Henry Ruggs and his family, man. It's just a terrible situation as a whole, man. But yeah, that shit sucks, man. Oh, I have to say this as well, you guys. Real quick, big shout out to Foster Moreau. Just signed a 3-year, $12 million deal, $8 million guarantee with the New Orleans Saints. After being diagnosed with cancer this offseason, to see him, still going and saying that he's going to play this season, that is dope. Once a Raider, always a Raider, homegrown talent, was drafted to the Raiders, played out his whole rookie contract with us, and now he's going home to New Orleans. He's from the area. I have to say shout out to him real quick, man, because that's a beautiful thing to be able to see him, overcome that hurdle, man, and get that kind of deal. So I know DC was probably beating the table, for Foster Moreau, but to get that kind of deal, 3-year, $12 million deal, $8 million guarantee, that is big. They have really high hopes for Foster Moreau out there in New Orleans, man. So shout out to him. Justin Herron is another name to keep an eye on, Joseph. Another guy that we keep forgetting about. You know what I mean? But he'll definitely fight for that right spot. Definitely. I'm excited about that O-line competition. It's gonna be fierce. I'm telling you, Joe. All I want to do is see improvement on the defensive side of the ball. Troy, look, that's not enough for me. I want to see improvements on both sides of the ball. You got to improve in the red zone. You have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you do improve on the defensive side of the ball and you can't get it done in the red zone, how many games can you win if you can't score between the 20-yard line and the goal line? You know what I mean? Like, if you can't score in the red zone, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to see improvement on the defensive side of the ball, definitely, but we have to be able to score in the red zone. And I think this year with Jimmy G, he's been a lot more proven in the red zone. I think Josh Jacobs is going to get a lot more reps in the red zone. And with all these big bodies that we have, with Mayer out there now and Hooper out there and, potentially Cam Sims, a big body receiver on the outside that you can use or utilize in red zone situations. Devontae's still out there. I'm excited to see what we look like in terms of red zone offense. But we have to get better all across the board, Troy. I don't think the defense is just enough, because even we lost a few games last year because we couldn't score on the offensive side of the ball. Even when the defense was doing everything they could to keep us in the games, that offense still couldn't get it done. You know what I mean? So we need improvement on both sides of the ball, brother. Definitely. Martin said we needed a shutdown corner like Christian Gonzalez or Witherspoon. Team scoring us so easily, it ain't funny. I'm sick of it. Who's to say Christian Gonzalez is going to be a shutdown corner at the next level, though, Martin? You know what I'm saying? And, with Devin Witherspoon, he was already off the board. So, I agree with Devin. I think he's going to be a dog at the next level, but he was already gone. So, we had no opportunity. We could have traded up to get him, but you would have had to give up, probably fork up a lot of draft picks to do that. So, that's still a very big question mark with Christian Gonzalez being one of those guys. And who's to say Jacorian Bennett can't be that though, Martin? Who's to say our young pup out of Maryland can't translate to the next level and end up being one of those shutdown type guys? Who's to say that, Duke Shelley doesn't continue to perform the way he did last year with Minnesota and he takes that next step in his development? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Patience, my brother, patience. But I do definitely wish that we drafted another corner. You know what I mean? And Corey Trice was a guy that I was definitely looking at out of Purdue that I'm so upset that we didn't get that big body, lanky kind of corner on the outside. I wish we would have gotten him. He went in the 7th round to Pittsburgh. Wayne, some tailgate content would be dope, bro. Yeah, we'll definitely be shooting some stuff out there. The problem is, man, the Wi-Fi is so – anybody that's been to Allegiant Stadium, the Wi-Fi is so terrible that it's mission impossible trying to do lives or anything over there. So we'll definitely make sure, Wayne, that we get some pre-recorded work done at the tailgate to upload this year. I'm going to be spending a lot of time at Allegiant Stadium this year, so stay tuned. East Coast Gridiron, I agree. Jacorian Bennett is really good. Worldwide Raider Nation, no need to leave the States. Been there, done that. Shout out to Eddie. Bennett outplayed Banks. Check the tape. Beavers, man, they both balled out. They both balled out of Maryland. But yeah, Jacorian Bennett did his Dougie. That's all I'm gonna say. But Deontay Banks is a dog as well. There's a reason why he went so early. Docs, what are you gonna do when we beat the Chiefs to the playoffs? Hey, man, if that happens, I'm gonna be excited, bro. I'm gonna lose my shit. But let's just get there first. Danny. Week by week, let's just chip away and just, continue to pile up some W's, man. I'm just excited to see this team start playing some football again. I'm excited for some Raider football, y'all. It feels like it's been forever since we were out there on that field. I'm ready for some football. I am ready for some football, man. Dropped in late. Do you think starters are going to play more in the preseason? Big Mo, I'll say this. A lot of these guys aren't even penciled in yet as starters. You know what I'm saying? I know the kind of deals we gave Marcus Epps and Robert Spillane. You're instantly thinking, oh, you're assuming they're going to be starters, right? But I do believe you're going to see Marcus Epps. You're going to see Robert Spillane. You know what I mean? Jacorian Bennett can be a starter this year, in year one. You know what I mean? If he balls out, in camp, he'll get some burn out there. So I definitely think that we're going to see our starters out there. I don't think you're going to see Josh Jacobs the way we did last year at all out there. You know what I mean? I don't think you see Jimmy G like that at all. You know what I mean? Keep him healthy. Don't even put him out there at all. I want to see Aiden O'Connell get as much run, as much burn as possible. I don't even want to see Brian Hoyer. I want to see Aiden O'Connell and Garbers. That's the only two guys I want to see during the preseason. You know what I mean? At this point, Brian Hoyer is a coach. You know what I mean? And we already know what he can do at the NFL level, and it's not that much. I want to see Aiden. I want to see Garbers. But I don't see Devontae. I don't see most of those guys. You will see Michael Mayer out there getting some burn and, adapting to the speed of the NFL. He'll be out there, but I don't think you're going to see a lot of Austin Hooper. And, you know what I mean? There's no real need for it this year, Big Mo. Shout out to my dog, though. Yeah, I'm not talking playoffs. I'm just excited to see some Raiders football again. Zach, do you think they'll give Josh his bag soon? Zach, it looks as though they're at a standoff right now, man. Look, we're kind of just where we are with it, and then Josh is where he is with it. You know what I mean? And at this point, I don't really know what that means. I don't know if these guys have been talking behind the scenes. I know that I've been watching Josh on social media out there fishing and going to Miami and spending time elsewhere. So I'm gonna be real. I don't know. I don't know. But if I had to be, if I'm a guessing man right now, just a guessing man, I don't think anything's close. I don't think we're close because I think that this regime wants this guy to go out there and play on the franchise tag, and Josh doesn't. But at the end of the day, I think Josh ends up pulling up, getting that $10+ million this year on the franchise tag, and then we figure it out moving forward. You know what I'm saying? But I do think he's going to play on that franchise. I don't think he's going to get that extension. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But I don't think he gets the extension. I think he comes in, gets that check, and then we figure it out later on down the line. But if he comes in and plays for that franchise tag and he balls out those first 5-6 weeks, man, you better get this shit done. If he comes out firing on all cylinders like he did last season, Get that shit done immediately. Immediately. I like that, Wayne. Greatest underdog team of all time. Book it. Talk that shit. They're going to get Josh for 2 franchise years, 10 this year, next year 15, like a 2-year deal. Hey, do what you got to do. I'm cool with it. You know, I don't think Josh is going to be happy about it. I know he wants that guaranteed money, but hey, if Josh wants his bag, he got to show up. Shout out to Dax. I think like last year, I don't want us getting pointless when the Texans lost Bryce, people killed you for it, but it's either playoffs or top 5 pick. Wait, Dax, I think like last year, I don't want us getting pointless when the Texans lost Bryce, people killed you for it. What are you trying to say, brother? I don't know what you're trying to say. Shout out to my dog. Oh, you know, I got love for you, King. I really have no idea what that message means at all. Put it down in the comment section again, and I'll definitely put it back on screen, but I have no clue what my dog is trying to say. Let me see. Raider Paul, if that's what's going to take, what it's going to take to get it done, then do it. Josh Jacobs means more to this team than Hunter Renfrow. You know what I mean? So if you got to cut Renfrow to pay Josh, I'm cool with that. Get that shit done now. Get it done now. I'm cool. Sincere and Zeus need to have a breakout year. Yeah, facts, Rube. I want to see a lot of those guys this upcoming season. Definitely, man. Definitely. I want to see more of a rotational running back room. I want to see, you know, Josh put this team on his back last season. I want to see a lot more Sincere, fresh legs, you know, coming off of a rookie season where he pretty much redshirted. You know what I mean? He was hurt, sat out for the whole year. And I definitely want to see Zeus. And I want to see improvement with his vision this upcoming season. You know what I mean? Because last year his vision was bad. Let me see. Wouldn't we save money by extending Jacobs this year? I'm gonna say this, Sanho. If anything, we have the money to get it done because next year we have over $100 million. If you want to pay Josh Jacobs, you can pay Josh Jacobs. And the thing is now people are not really talking about it with all these defenders that we got in the draft, all on rookie deals. There's going to be some money there for the next few years to be able to take care of your superstars. Devontae's already under contract. Jimmy G got his deal. You know what I mean? Hunter, if he stays, he just got his extension last season. You know what I mean? Like, you can take care of Josh if you want to. Let's just keep that shit a buck, you guys. This team cannot use that as an excuse of we don't have the money to pay Josh Jacobs. If they want to pay Josh, they can pay Josh. But I don't think that they want to pay a running back. As good as he is or as great as he is, I just feel like they don't want to pay the running back position. You know what I mean? That's just what I feel. But we have the money. They can never use that as an excuse because all the money that we're going to have next year and then the following year, there's no way because we have a lot of this talent moving forward are going to be on rookie deals. And that's what great teams get away with. Year in and year out, rookie deals. Jacorian Bennett, Michael Mayer, all these guys are on rookie deals. You know what I mean? So you have to take advantage of that while you can. So if you want to pay Josh, you can pay him right now. O says pointless wins. Docs, okay. Okay, I kind of get what you're saying. Now, there's no real sense of ever being a pointless win. This is sports, right? You want to win every game. The reason last year I was frustrated, right? Because I really thought, man, like looking at the way these guys were closing out games that Josh and these guys were really just trying to tank it away. It looked like it. But you get frustrated sometimes, right? Because, and I've said this before, dating back years past, right? Remember, we were playing the Arizona Cardinals. We hit a field goal to win the game, right? Hit a field goal to win the game last second. And it was a game that we ended up winning and we ended up missing out on Joey Bosa, right? That's the shit that sucks. You never want your team to deliberately lose. You never want your team to deliberately tank. But when you see shit like that in that draft, you guys, think about this. We could have potentially had Joey Bosa and Max Crosby. I think they both came out that same year, right? Imagine if you didn't win that pointless game against Arizona, you potentially have Bosa and Max Crosby. Think about that. So it's tough. It's like you know what I mean? It is a balance to that. We end up with Klee and Max. Max ends up being that guy for us at the next level. Klee isn't. But at the end of the day, Nick Bosa. I'm sorry, Nick Bosa. Not Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa. One of the Bosas. But we could have had Nick Bosa. So imagine that. Just imagine that. If you didn't win that game against Arizona on some last-second shit, we could have had 2 edge rushers and Nick Bosa and Max Crosby instead of aging Chandler Jones and then probably not having to use a draft pick this year on Tyree Wilson. So I couldn't even imagine what this D-line would look like with Max Crosby and Nick Bosa. It'd be just totally different. Totally different. But, hey, it is what it is. It didn't happen for a reason, blah, blah, blah. But I don't agree with the whole pointless wins, but I thought last year this team was trying to tank it away and they couldn't even tank right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I'm always excited for a win, but sometimes I do sit back and I'm like, now what? Now what? You know, but we were at 7 this year. We got Tyree Wilson, but if we would have lost a few, you know, it is what it is. Mike, I don't think that we tanked last year to sabotage Carr. I think that you guys give Derek Carr way too much power. You know what I mean? And this is the last we're going to talk about it, but you know what I mean? A lot of the nation gives him way too much power. You don't think that Josh McDaniels and Zeke have enough power in that building to say we want to move on from him? Yes, they do. He could have balled out last year and they still could have been like, he's not our guy and moved on from him. So I don't agree with that sentiment, my brother. I don't agree with that. You sabotage. No, Carr didn't look good in that system. Carr sabotaged. He did it to himself too. So, you know, I don't agree with that at all. Let me see. Yeah, Wayne. Yeah, to me, it don't make any sense, bro. Yeah, it's just simple as that. 209. He didn't fit McDaniel's system. That's it. AC, and think about it like this, right? You watch teams that so-called tank. You know, we can go to the NBA. I mean, look at Philadelphia. You know, yeah, they're a perennial playoff team now. The Sixers still have not won a championship. They tanked all those years, clearly tanked to go get Embiid, you know, Simmons and all these guys, and it still didn't work. It still didn't work. So you may be right about that karma, bro. I watch a lot of these teams tank shit away. They still end up not being shit. So you're right, brother. Shout out to O. Next year, my brother, we can pass on Drake May or Caleb just because we win one more game and we'll still miss the playoff. I lose my shit. Now, if you miss out on a potential, you know, star quarterback because of one win, that would be a very, very tough pill to swallow. Definitely. I get what you're saying, bro, because I remember last year they were cooking me because of how I felt about, you know, what we look like out there. But yeah, man, look, that would be a tough pill to swallow if you literally one win or one loss away from taking a potential May or Caleb. That would suck. Let me see. Shout out to Seattle, man. I like what we did in the draft this year. We are working on a rotation of solid D linemen. We just got to remember that during the season that these guys are young. We have to let them develop. Talk that talk, my brother. Talk that talk. Hey, look, man, only OG. I don't cover the Saints. You know what I mean? So whatever they got going on, salute to them. But you know, I can care less. I don't cover the Saints. Had a goal of getting players with chips on their shoulders, guys who play better than their situations. They are looking for guys to close games. And I agree. A bunch of leaders, a bunch of captains. Rube, I don't know if you were on the last live. I was shocked to see how many captains that came from college that we drafted. I didn't know that Trey Tucker was a captain at Cincinnati. I didn't know that McClendon Curtis was a captain at Chattanooga. Drake Thomas, North Carolina State. Like, a lot of these guys were captains. Tyree Wilson, and Michael Mayer. I had no clue. So we went out and got leaders. We went out and got proven leaders. And I love it, man. And you expect leaders, right, to help you be able to overcome those L's that we took in those close games last year. And I think we have a lot more talent on this roster than we did last season. I definitely think that we'll close out a few more games than we did last year. Not saying all of them, but I definitely believe if we had this team playing last year, we definitely would have closed out a few more of those games. Let me see. Damn, my dog said suck cock twice in the chat. Ayo, hey Dre, pause, King. Let me see. Zach, that's still, to be determined, brother. Still to be determined. I have no clue. We'll see what this year and next year look like. It depends heavily on this year and next year. That 3-year window, it opened last year. So I'm looking at 2 more years. Shout out to my dog, Junior, man. Out of all the teams we have to beat, the Vikings, due to the Cousins curse, no team has lost to a Kirk Cousins-led team and won the Super Bowl that year. Holy shit. That's crazy, Drew. I had no idea. No team has lost to a Kirk Cousins-led team and won the Super Bowl that year. Holy shit. Shout out to my dog, Junior, bro. Hey, I didn't know that. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my dog, Jason Hunter, man. As always, I got your message, brother, and I'm definitely going to send you the information this weekend to pull up to the spot. Definitely going to let you know. Shout out to my dog, always coming through and supporting what we do, man. Appreciate you, King. Blessings, bro. Raider Nation for life. Shout out to my dog. Wasted is in the building. The king of the pause Olympics is in the building. More pauses than anybody. Docs, did you see that PFF draft grades for the Raiders? They're hating so bad. They said Wilson will never sack Mahomes. Oh, I had to stop watching. Look, man, most of that shit be bullshit, man. If you think that he's never going to get to a Patrick Mahomes, that is crazy. That is crazy. This guy dominated at the collegiate level. If you think that Tyree Wilson will never get to, I think he's going to get to Patrick Mahomes a lot. And they're 2 Texas Tech guys. He's going to take that personal. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen Patrick Mahomes even tweet out, hey, be easy on me, Tyree. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. He's going to get to Mahomes a lot. Martin, I'm assuming you mean 8 and 9 because, it's a 17-game season now. So 8 and 9 or 9 and 8. Assuming you mean one of those. Wilson's going to give Patty a good Christmas. There you go. Talk that shit. Beaver says PFF staff hates the Raiders. Always finds a way to do. Always. Year in and year out. But most publications do. Most people hate the Raiders. The only people that love the Raiders are us. Most publications and other fan bases, they can't stand us. But that's what made us, who we are today and created that mystique. You know what I mean? John Sweeney, what's up, King? Damn, Dre said, I don't see more than 4 wins. Holy shit. Yo. Shout out to Skylar. I appreciate you, family. Okie, what do you mean? Do you mean a player or do you mean a specific team? You mean a player or a specific team? Because there's a few guys that I'm looking at on this roster that are returning this year that I think can take the biggest leap this year. It's going to be Trayvon Merrick, Luke Masterson. I'm hoping that Nate Hobbs can take that next, leap into being a star. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really high on Palomar as well. Put on 20 pounds. He's going to be all over the place. I'm excited about him as well. Multiple. There's just way too many players. Facts, Raider BJ. That Christmas game going to be lit. Let me see. Zach, I'm not really rooting for anybody, man. My Kings are at home, so I'm at home. When has Jimmy G led a team under 500 when he was healthy all season? Y'all are tripping. And Maul, you know what they're going to say, right? You know what they're going to say. We already know where this is going to go. I agree with you, but you know where this is going to go, right? The dominant defense, the dominant defense, the dominant defense. So look, I'm going to reserve my judgment on that, but I hear you, King. I'm with you 150% on that. A healthy Nate Hobbs is a dangerous Nate Hobbs. Talk that shit, my brother. Shout out to my dog, Patrick B. Once again, I think we upgraded our D-line. Watch out for the DT from Bama. The kid has that ability to eliminate double teams on our edge, man. Shout out to Patrick, man. Yeah, the more you watch film on Byron Young, the more you just get sold on him. I'm sorry. If you watch Byron Young's tape, you guys, and you still think that he's just I don't think you know how to watch tape. I don't think you know how to evaluate talent. When you watch Byron Young's film, you look at a guy that is a dog. And now I'm getting a better understanding of why we took him at 70. Like I truly am. At first, I was like, what? I thought that was a little bit of a reach, but I'm very excited about the development of that young man moving forward. I really am, man. Watch his tape. The guy is a dog. You know what I mean? He is a dog. Shout out to my dog, Patrick B, man. That's my boy right there. I like that, Clint. Biggest step this year, Thayer Munford. Okay. I like that. I like that. That means we're getting a lot out of our former 7th round pick out of Ohio State. I like that. Nick Saban thought really highly of Byron Young. This is facts. Facts plus tax, my brother. The dominant defense that gave up 10 leads in the NFC Championship game in Super Bowl. Okay. Talk that shit, Maul. Talk, brother. Let me see if anything else leaked real quick, you guys. I'm going to see if anything else came out. All right. I'm not seeing anything yet. Let me check real fast. Salute to everybody here in the building. The dog Obi said, I'm hearing Raiders at Denver week 1. I mean, that's pretty much what I had, either Denver or the Chargers. And I think that's what it's going to be. I think it will be at Denver, which is going to be a great audition for us week 1 to come out and play that team. JC, it looks as though it's going to be Denver or the Chargers. Byron Young's tape is giving me hope for our defense. It's so much better than I expected. Got lost in the Alabama talent / scheme. Talk that shit, my brother. Facts. Jangling, yeah. I see Jalen Carter's back in the news. And I'm also seeing that I guess the victim's father or family in one of those the car accident is actually trying to sue Jalen Carter now, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm hearing about that. Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But look, Tyree Wilson ain't got none of that attached to him. Moving on, we have our guy with Tyree. Shout out to Andrew. Graphk, you are the best. Oh, that means a lot to me, bro. Thank you so much, King. You are the best content creator ever. Thank you for everything that you do. I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot to me, man. Shout out to my dog, Andrew K, man. Salute, my guy. For real, for real. Has anyone seen when the indie game has not came out, Skylar? Has not came out yet. Still waiting on that one as well. But at that point, I think we're going to be facing Gardner Minshew. I don't think we're going to be facing Anthony Richardson. I think that they got their bridge guy with Minshew. I think they're going to sit Richardson for the season. You know, and if Minshew doesn't go down with an injury, I think they're going to kind of sit him the entire year. You know what I mean? And I think Minshew's going to play for those guys. Looking for the Miami. Yeah, I'm waiting for that Miami game too, Skylar, because I'm definitely getting my tickets. Kung, I'm looking right now. I'm looking at Buffalo potentially because I have family up in that area. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. My brothers both moved out of that little city up there. So I don't know. Maybe still Buffalo. I got some people up there. I don't know. Miami. I might want to go to Denver. I don't even consider LA a road game, but I'm probably going to end up pulling up to the Chargers game. But that's home. You know what I mean? But the Miami game, I don't know yet. Put a pin in that one. Put a pin in that one, Con. I'm definitely trying to go into as many games as I can this year. The Raiders are building a team of complementary pieces, not centerpieces. Blue collar types. Talk that shit, David. Talk that shit, brother. Wayne, reports saying even Sean Payton may not believe in Russ. We can sweep again, y'all. That'd be fucking hilarious, you guys. If we played them week 1 and we ended up going against Stidham, that shit would be hilarious. Week 1, Denver, Colorado. Jimmy G faces off against Jared High Stakes Stidham. That shit would be comedy. Facts, Ant. Let me see. Hey, Ma, you'll hear my prediction on that game tonight. Stay tuned, my brother. Which away game experience is the best one you've been to? It's got to be New Orleans. It's got to be New Orleans. It's got to be. I had a ball 2016 week 1 out in New Orleans. I had fun in 2016 going to Tennessee. The following year going to Tennessee. I love Nashville. That's always fun. It's always fun to go to Nashville, kick it. Me and the wife had a ball out there. Then I went the next year as well. What's another road game that I really, really liked? Those are probably my 2 favorite, Nashville and New Orleans. Those are probably my 2 favorite. You know what? I loved Atlanta too, though, because we were so deep in Atlanta, even though we got cooked. The both games that I went to watch the Falcons, we lost. So you know what? I'm gonna take Atlanta out the equation. New Orleans, Tennessee. We won all 3 of those games. We beat Tennessee twice, and then we beat New Orleans. We're going to Miami, bro. Big things down there. We'll be down there, bro. We'll definitely be down there. We're driving, bro. Or no, we're flying down there. I'm sorry. We'll probably be in Atlanta already and then end up flying out of Miami. Let me see. Shout out to Josh, man. Thoughts on Chris Smith? Starter? I think he can be a potential starter, and I wouldn't be shocked if he's a starter this season. He's a leader, proven commodity in Georgia, former captain. I think he's going to be a dog for us. Does he start right away? I don't know. You know what I mean? We paid Marcus Epps, $12 million? I think $6 million a year, somewhere around that range. I think him and Merrick are going to get the call at safety initially, but I would not be shocked if Chris Smith ends up being a starter at some point this season. Not yet, brother. I'm actually working on one behind the scenes right now, and it's going to be a specialized hat. So it's not just going to be one that I put on OakLosVegas. It's going to be like a specialized embroidered hat that I'm definitely working on behind the scenes, and I'll definitely keep you posted with that, my brother. Let me see. Oh, shit. Andrew said, I'm making a bold prediction. We go undefeated in the AFC. What? Talk that shit. Let me see. And if we can get a younger Deron Harmon, 75, 81, I'm cool with that, because I love the closer early on in his career. That'd be great. That would be phenomenal. Shout out to my dog, Rube, once again. I think people are sleeping on the Scott Turner pickup. He made Washington receivers look good with all the motions, even took Ted Ginn Jr. to the Super Bowl. It's funny because we haven't really talked too much about Scott Turner at all. You know what I mean? Like, Rube, to be real, that was a reason why I thought early on when Heineke went to, before he went to, where'd he go, to Atlanta? I think he went to Atlanta, right? Or what team did he go to? Was it Atlanta? I think it was Atlanta, right? Mike White went to Miami. I think Heineke went to Atlanta. Or no. Look, Heineke went to Atlanta and Mike White went to Miami. Either way, I thought that we were going to go out and get him as a backup because of Scott Turner. But now that when we went and got Chris Sims or Cam Sims, I was like, okay, maybe Scott Turner sees something in him. That's why I was actually kind of excited about that pickup. I'm like, okay, we got Cam. Scott Turner knows a little something. I'm like, maybe this can be a guy that can help, open up this offense a little bit. But I definitely agree with you. I even forget about that pickup sometimes. But, Josh McDaniels is always going to be heavily involved on the offensive side of the ball. That is his side of the ball. That is his team. I don't know how much say Scott Turner will have, when it comes to all that, because you're right, with all the motions and all that stuff, I don't know how much say he's going to have. But if Josh McDaniels really brought him in to add an extra element to this offense, we can see expect a huge difference in this offense moving forward. Facts. I like Scott Turner. That was definitely a good pickup for us. Let me see. Yeah, man. But salute to everybody. Coming up on an hour and a half. We will be live here shortly again, you guys. The schedule drops at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So I'll be live 7 p.m. Central Time. All the channels are connected, you guys. So you will see me, Wasted, Hammer, everybody rocking tonight. We're going to break down every game. We're going to give a prediction for every single game. Let you know which ones we think we're going to win, which ones we think we're going to lose. And I think you guys will be a little shocked, kind of where we go with certain games. But there's going to be some more leaks here shortly leading up to it. But we'll break all that down later on tonight. I don't want to stay live, all day up until that point, because we're going to be live for a long time later on. We'll probably be live for at least a couple hours. So I'm going to save a little energy for that. Shout out to everybody here in the building, man. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys as always. WoodsandWhiskey.com for the best, you already know, whiskey out there, man. OakLosVegas.com for the drip. You already know what time it is. Salute. Love y'all as always. I am outro 1.
Sanctioned by the new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.